How are we? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Live a Little, Love a Lot. And here we are today to bring to you the first story on my YouTube channel, which is called The Family T-shirt. Okay, this is the story for the month of April. If you prefer reading it, you can. It's there available on my blog at livealittle.lovealot.com. But if you want to hear me narrate it, grab yourself a cup of coffee. Don't close that app because it's going to be a fun ride. Okay, I'm going to start reading. Aryan was excited. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Mama, Dada, are we there yet? Almost there. His mother beamed at her son, raising her eyebrows, giving him a wide smile. Now, Aryan was the eldest of the Chopra family. He was the leader of the kiddie gang, the responsible one of his two little sisters. Aryan was 10 years old. He'd spend hours and hours constructing, demolishing those tiny little pieces of plastic. I'm talking about Lego. He'd make ships, houses, tall buildings, airplanes, trucks, cars, whatever his bright mind could think of. His PlayStation was his best companion. At school, his teachers would have lovely things to say about their blue-eyed boy, although they would push him a little to be a little bit more of an extrovert. I'm so excited to go to the beach. Do you think we can come back tomorrow? And why did we take a hotel at the beach? Because there were no rooms available. The Holiday Inn was the closest and it was the last one I could book, all last minute. And we're not too far off, so just hold tight. His father replied. Oh, bird, Zia announced, pointing out of the car window. She was sitting at the back in the car seat next to her mum. Now, Zia was the youngest of the lot. She was 1 year, 11 months. Her tiny little chubby hands wanted to hold, touch, squeeze everything that came her way. Her light brown, curious eyes and shy smile made people stop and adore her cuteness. Her mother giggled. Yes, Zia, you're going to see many birds at Bondi Beach. And I hope the place isn't too crowded and we find a nice spot under the umbrella. Oh, look there, Zia, look! Yanvi said, pointing out at the flock of birds. Now, Yanvi was the middle child. She was a tomboy and she was Aryan's shadow. She always had to do the same thing her elder brother was doing. Yanvi was famous for climbing trees, but she perpetually had scraped elbows and bruised knees. However, Yanvi would immediately start dancing the moment she'd hear music. She would constantly keep tapping her feet and snapping those fingers. But there was one thing in Yanvi's life which was not tomboyish at all, and that was Sandy, the raggedy doll she took everywhere, even on their first family trip to Sydney ever since Zia was born. Mummy, are you listening? Mummy, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this T-shirt. Aryan tugged around the neck. It's irritating. Why do we all have to wear this T-shirt? What's so irritating about it? Her mother frowned. The heart on it, it's so girlish. What's the big deal? It suits you. White looks nice. I don't like it. It says family time with a big red heart. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? Yanvi replied. We're on family vacation. We're all wearing the family T-shirt and it's family time. Aryan rolled his eyes and continued to grumble. Finally, the family of 5 piled out the van and stood at the drop-off area at Bondi Beach. Look at the sky, Yanvi said. There are no clouds. I can't see a single cloud at all. I know, Aryan replied. Bird, Zia added. Soon, the family found a nice spot on the beach. It was unusually crowded, filled with all sorts of people. There were little children building sandcastles, surfers, people bathing half naked under the sun, a bunch of teenagers scattered here and there, another bunch playing volleyball. It was indeed a crowded, happy place. Luckily, the family had already put on their swimming costumes earlier that morning. Aryan and Yanvi dumped their bags and immediately stripped. Resya! Aryan screamed and ran as fast as he could to the shoreline. Yanvi was right behind him, trying her best to keep up. Zia watched her siblings run and then looked up at her mother, seeking permission to go. We'll join them in a minute, darling. Just let Mama settle down for a second, she said to her little daughter. She placed the bags under the umbrella and spread a towel on the sand. Bird, Zia said, clasping her hands. You're going to see many birds, Zia. Her father smiled. Look, there are more there. Can you see them? Bird! Bird! Zia was amazed. So what's the plan? Anil looked at his wife. Vandana sighed. I'm already tired. I just want to sleep. But obviously, that isn't going to happen. So I'm going to take Zia to the shore and going to get her feet dipped in the water. What are you going to do? I'm going to get myself a pint of beer and then sleep. Vandana raised an eyebrow. Anil smiled, shrugged his shoulders. Maybe. Oh, can you get me a pint too? I'll be right back, Vandana replied. She took Zia by the hand and began to walk to the shore. She could see Aryan and Yanvi splashing in the water, giggling. As the waves crashed on the shore, the kids shrieked, excitedly jumping into the water. Their giggles filled the air. They splashed and ran back and forth. Their faces lit up with joy. Sometimes the surf knocked them over, but they bounced back completely abandoned, completely unbothered. Chop chop! Zia smiled, waddling through the soft beige golden sand. Yes, darling, you're turning out to be just like your sister, another chatterbox. So a few hours later, the family was lying under the huge blue umbrella. They hogged on fish and chips and glugged their sodas. Mummy, can I go back in the water now? Aryan asked. Sweetheart, let's give the water a break for a little bit, shall we? We've just eaten. The last thing we want is for you to be throwing up. Oh, Mama, this is so annoying. But we are coming back tomorrow, right? I'm not too sure what your father has planned tomorrow. I think we're going to go see the Three Sisters. It's a place called Kambuda. It's about 1.5 hours from here. What? Sightseeing? The Three Sisters? Oh, I've heard about them, Yanvi said excitedly. This is going to be so much fun. My friend came here last year. We're going sightseeing tomorrow? That's so boring. I want to come back to the beach, Aryan exclaimed. Can I at least go back in the water now? I have a better idea. I'm going to build a sandcastle for my doll, Yanvi beamed, opening her bag, taking out a bucket and spade. Let's build a massive one. Let's just make a hole and bury Sandy in it. Aryan countered, taking out Yanvi's raggedy doll from her bag and swinging it in the air. No, she'll get dirty. No, Mommy, stop him. Do something. Aryan, the mother said, please give the doll back to your sister. She closed her eyes, wishing just for a few minutes of silence. She then looked around for her husband. She could see him at a distance having a conversation with another man. I'm going to use the bathroom, she told her kids. Can all three of you stay put until I come back? Your father's over there. She pointed in that direction. I'm going to send him to you, okay? Till then, none of you are going to move. Do you hear me? And keep a hold on Zia, although I doubt she's going to move. She's been too busy playing in the sand. Are you both listening to me? Yes, Mummy, the siblings sang in unison. Vandana finally got off the beach towel. She dusted herself off and she began to walk towards Anil, hoping to get his attention so she could run to the bathroom. She looked over her shoulder and saw her 3 children playing together. Anil saw his wife walking towards him. Their eyes met. He smiled and raised his pint of beer. I'm going to pee, Vandana mouthed, pointing in the bathroom not too far away. Anil signaled a thumbs up. Keep an eye on the kids, she shouted back, waving at him. Anil immediately ended his conversation with the man and headed towards his children. He could see his kids giggling, laughing, and having the time of their lives. This trip was so worth it. It was totally worth it, he thought to himself. Finally, he reached the kiddie gang and he decided to lie down on the beach towel, hoping to have a quick power nap. Vandana used the washroom and picked up a few water bottles from the nearby stall. She saw no one as she walked towards the spot where her family had been sitting. That's odd, she wondered. Where could they have gone? She dumped the water bottles beside the bags and scanned the beach back and forth. She sighed in relief when she spotted them eating vanilla ice cream further down the stretch. They all were wearing the family t-shirt. And Vandana began to walk towards them. Both Aryan and Yanvi had a cone of ice cream in their hands. Zia was walking around in circles, trying to catch a bird. When Vandana arrived at the ice cream stall, the kids were delighted to see her. Mummy, this is the best vanilla ice cream ever. Do you want some? This is delicious. Yanvi smiled with white creamy residue smudged across her face. You've got some on your nose, you know. Yanvi giggled at her elder brother. Wait. Hang on. Where is Zia? Mummy panicked. She was right here, Aryan replied, looking around for his little sister. Where could she go? Yanvi said. What's the matter? Dad said, joining in after paying the bill. Anil, where is Zia? I can't see her anywhere. She's lost. Vandana's eyes began to well up with tears. Stay calm. She must be somewhere around here, Dad replied. She's still wearing the family t-shirt, Yanvi remarked. Oh, thank goodness. Thank God for the family t-shirt. The family milled around the ice cream vendors in search for their little one, but she was nowhere to be found. Mummy, Zia has disappeared. How can she just vanish? Yanvi cried. Well, what are we going to do? I'm going to inform the lifeguard. Maybe he can help. You stay here till then, Dad said. No, let's split up. I'm sure she's not far away. I'm sure we can find her, Aryan said. No, you both need to stay with me. What if you two get lost as well? I can't imagine the catastrophe. We wouldn't be in this mess, if you guys didn't whine for ice cream. Hey, we didn't whine for ice cream. Dad insisted. Yanvi stamped her foot. We were just so busy making a sandcastle for Sandy. Oh yeah, there he goes again. Trying to make brownie points with the kids. What? What did you just say? Anil frowned at Vandana. What brownie points? Nothing. I just what? Say whatever you have to say. Say it to my face. Don't beat around the bush. Don't pretend like you didn't say anything at all. You always want to do whenever you want to do it. Vandana replied. What? What are you even talking about? I'm saying you get to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do. You know, Vandana, you're not making any sense. You're talking rubbish. You guys are wasting time. You with your stupid fighting. Zia could be far away and we need to find her, Aryan shouted at his parents. He grabbed his sister by the hand and ran towards the beach, calling their sister's name. Anil and Vandana rushed behind Yanvi and Aryan, scanning the beach frantically for Zia. The sun started setting, casting an orange glow over the sand. Panic rose in their chests, and they realized how quickly it's going to be dark. Zia, they called out, their voices growing more desperate by the minute. The family knew they had to find her before nightfall. The sound of the waves crashing against the shore now felt threatening. The once joyful atmosphere had turned heavy, and the bright orange hues of the sun setting intensified the urgency of their search. Zia, Vandana called out, her voice trembling, scanning the bustling beach. The sea people now seemed overwhelming. Each blear face, each potential figure needed to be ruled out. Her heart raced. The sinking feeling of helplessness was creeping in. Keep looking, Anil urged, his voice sounding tight as worry jogged along the side. But each passing moment, the fear in Vandana's chest deepened. How could something so simple as a family outing on the beach turn into this? How could I be so careless? How could he be so careless? How on earth is all this even happening? How could she disappear so quickly? The two older kids, Aryan and Yanvi, kept running ahead, each desperately calling out for their sister. Yanvi's usual confidence had evaporated. She had now had a look of raw panic on her face. She's still wearing the family t-shirt, Aryan murmured to himself more than anything else, just to reassure himself that he will find Zia. But the beach was just so crowded. Minutes felt like hours. The temperature had dropped slightly. The wind had picked up. Zia, please, oh baby, please, just come back, darling. Mummy needs you. You need to come back. Just then, out of the corner of her eye, she caught a small figure in the distance. A girl running towards the water. But the figure was too small to be anybody else. Zia! Vandana shouted, her voice carrying over the wind. The child paused. She looked over her shoulder and then went running back into the water. Vandana could see the child's mother running towards her. Oh, I thought that was her, Vandana whimpered. The family continued walking ahead. They trudged and kept asking people if they had seen their daughter. She's still wearing the same family t-shirt. They reassured, they repeated several times over and over again. The beachgoers all nodded their head and shrugged their shoulders. There was no sight of Zia. Where could she have gone? I don't think she would have gone any further. Maybe Aryan was right. Maybe we should have split up, Anil suggested. I can't believe this is happening, Vandana said. She halted, pressing her eyes with her hands, fighting back those tears. Just then, Anil! A voice from afar. Anil! Their heads turned, scanning the beach, looking at each other. Anil! Look there, Dad! There! Announced, there he is, that man you were talking to earlier today. The man vigorously waved his hand in the air. Vandana could see a small figure alongside the man. Is that my baby? Is that Zia? Oh God, please, 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 for the love of God, please be Zia. Chop, chop, Zia happily said, as if she didn't have a care in the world. She'd been playing, running towards the water, lost in the magic of the beach, her feet buried in the sand. Tears of relief welled in Vandana's eyes as she ran towards her daughter. She scooped her up in her arms, holding her tightly. Where were you? I was so scared. Vandana whispered, kissing her daughter's cheek several times. Zia giggled. Bird, she innocently said, pointing at the sky. Anil caught up. His breath ragged from running. Zia, don't scare me like that, he exclaimed, putting them both into a hug. Never do that again, Vandana whispered to Zia, holding her even tighter. The chaos of the moment had slowly settled into relief as the family reunited. The sun had almost gone, leaving a soft twilight behind. Next time, let's not split up, Aryan sighed, clearly trying to process everything that has just happened. No more ice cream stops without checking with everyone first, Janvi added. Her voice was now chirpier, now that they had found Zia. How can I ever thank you? Anil said to the man. The family t-shirt paid off, the man smiled. And I can totally understand what you must be feeling. My daughter did the exact same thing when she was little. She held someone else's hand and walked off thinking that other someone was her mum. Oh my God, that must have been a nightmare. Anil's eyes widened. The man nodded with a smile. Oh, the worst nightmare. The family gathered together, all holding on a little tighter to each other, the weight of the moment sinking in. They'd come to the beach for fun and family time. But what they found today was a reminder of just how quickly things changed and how precious time together really was. Let's just enjoy the rest of the day, Anil said softly, his arm around his wife as they returned to the towels. The waves continued to crash as the last rays of the day bathed the beach in warm hues. The Chopra family sat close together on the bigger towel, each taking turns cuddling sleepy Zia, each feeling a considerable amount of relief. Tomorrow they would visit the three sisters, but for now they were just grateful to be a family of 5 on the beach together. Aryan tugged on his family t-shirt. You know, I think these t-shirts are great for a day at the beach. Thanks, Mama. You did well. Now that was a huge relief for the Chopra family. Has anything ever happened like this to you? Have you ever lost your kid in the mall, at the beach, or anywhere? Does this story resonate with you? If it does, drop a comment below. And if you liked the story and enjoyed listening to it, please do support me through this journey as a writer and a storyteller. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care.